Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second edition of All Honor here on the Around the Point Network. I am Kaden Lee. I will be your host this evening. I will be joined by some guests, or at least a guest, coming in right now. My guest this evening, please welcome from the Mark Order podcast, Ryan. Ryan, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing spectacular. I might have accidentally canceled my Ring of Honor subscription, so I hope I didn't.
Won't be good.
Yes, because apparently I'm not logged in.
I mean, I can give you the play-by-play, but I'm just not that good at it.
Wait, did I get it? I think I got it. All right, let's get this going. Ryan, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I am spectacular. And I'm ready for Ring of Honor. How'd you feel about that first episode last week?
It's awesome. This is everything I think anyone could want out of Ring of Honor. Good wrestling. Pretty quick moving for a lot of wrestling. It's AEW Dark and Elevation, but like competitive, which is, I think, a good thing.
That's what we all kind of called it at the tapings. We were all like, yeah, this feels like Dark and Elevation, but significantly better. Like they tuned it up.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried that it would just be Dark and Elevation. It's good that and I love those shows, but they need like a real show, and this feels like a real show.
Yeah, 100% agree. It looks like they're finishing up. They're replaying last week, and then going into this week, showing a Super Card of Honor preview. How are you feeling about that show so far?
Insane. I'm wondering if anything changes. I mean, they've well, you would know, so. But it's like, between now and then. But see, this is something I'm glad they brought back Tony Deppen.
Yeah, they did. It might be like a second or two behind you, but it's fine. Yeah, Tony Deppen opening up this evening, taking on Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor television title here in the Honor Zone.
And now he's going to die.
And where am I at? I'm somewhere over there. Okay, how are they going to explain this? Because he's got that title.
Hold on, I got the sound on. See. I don't think they showed the belt. I think they edited it so you wouldn't see the belt.
You can still see it, but they cut around it as best they could.
Yeah, I mean, listen, stuff like that's going to happen while they're still using talent on both shows. Hopefully that stops and they kind of get more focused. But
I mean, like, if you're Tony and you did this taping less than 2 weeks ago, did you not know that you were taking the titles off of Samoa Joe?
I mean, it's possible.
Like, because if you knew Hobbs, at least if you knew if Hobbs was winning, because the title has changed hands twice since these set of tapings.
But if you don't put the title on him when he walks out, then you've told the story about what's going to happen.
I mean, you can get away with it by saying, like if he just walked out with one, I think people in the crowd would be a little confused. but he's only defending that title. He's not defending the TNT title.
Yeah, I mean, the way to do it would have been weeks and weeks ago on AEW, have him only walk out with the TNT title and say to the crowd, I only walk out with the title of the show I'm on.
Yes.
And then you get away with it. But
I'm having to change the color on my TV because it's very oversaturated. Some air playing. And Deppin's already red. Get.
it was red too, though. So in defense, they're both just red boys.
Yes, they are red boys. I missed this match actually, so this is my first time seeing it.
You didn't see this match?
No, so Joe came out, and you can see one of my best friends is standing where I am, and my other friends are all over there, and I'm just not there because I went and got Auntie Anne's because I was. They told us the tapings were 3 hours. This was the beginning of the second episode. We were 2 hours and 15 minutes into the tapings.
Yeah, why you trusted Tony Khan to keep this to the proper time, I don't know. I mean,
Dark usually does.
that's true. I cannot, because at first he didn't, though. When he first, during the pandemic, he didn't. But
yeah,
true. I think they will eventually cut him back down. I think he's trying to tell a lot of stories in a very short period of time to get them on their proper.
Yeah, I mean, like if we basing it off of how like the second set of tapings also went 4 hours, but they taped a dark match because they'd already aired. It was Danhausen and Orange Cassidy versus the Workhorsemen, but they taped that before Ring of Honor because Danhausen was in Pensacola for a signing. He was at a Comic-Con. So he wasn't able to make it to Orlando in time for Dark. So they just had him wrestle before Ring of Honor.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the Ring of Honor, I think the turnbuckles might still be on. They might be the AEW turnbuckles, but like it's the Red Ring Ropes.
I saw that. I saw that match.
Yeah.
Why am I saying it's aired already?
Yeah, it aired last week on Dark.
And I didn't know why though that they did the thing they did. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. It was funny because I don't think the crew knew because I think it was Tony. Tony comes out and he's like, "Guys, get the other apron on," because it had the Ring of Honor apron, and they're like rushing to get the AEW Dark apron on. I was like, "What's even the point? Like everything else says Ring of Honor. Why even put the apron on?"
Well, that's just it. Like even the barrier still said Ring of Honor. Nothing said AEW. So why you would even rush to fix that, I have no idea.
Yeah, it just took more time than they needed to do. Like it didn't make sense.
Realistically, they could have, because it aired before I think Ring of Honor aired. They could have been like, "Hey, we just want to show off our new space," and it would have been fine.
Yeah, it aired. Yeah, it aired a few days before because they mixed that episode of Dark mixed some stuff from the last set of tapings with this set of tapings. Because they filmed a few things that needed to go up before that Dynamite or the pay-per-view.
I wonder if they'll do any of this before like Rampage or any of the other stuff they have.
From what I've heard, it looks like Ring of Honor will all be at Universal.
That's a bad call.
Depends on how you do it.
I just think if we've learned nothing from Impact and NXT, going to the same audience time and time again does eventually bite you in the butt.
Yes. You just gotta... Oh, wrong TV. You just got to do it wisely. Samoa Joe defeats Tony Deppen to retain the title with a muscle buster. Trying. What in the world? Somehow it connected to my living room TV. So like
you want to watch there.
I definitely don't. I made a brand new setup for this. They keep cutting to my friends who are sitting front row.
Notice that he didn't hold the belt up.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Well, it's funny because, like, okay, so you were on the preview show, right? That we did
The
this
what show?
weekend? For Revolution, the Fightful Select one.
Yeah.
So when I was saying to Robert, and I was like, I know something, it's because I have this photo in my phone, and he's holding the belt right there.
Yeah.
I have that, and so Robert knew because I was giving Robert all the spoilers to put on Fightful.
Oh, man.
Mark Briscoe out to challenge Samoa Joe. It's like we got. What were you gonna say?
I said, you see what they're doing with the tag titles, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it looks like relinquishing them.
I mean, you had to, I guess. Like, how could he team with anyone to hold that?
Yeah. Yeah, because they announced Lucha Brothers for it, who actually did not work the tapings. So that was surprising, but not super surprising. I kind of expected that because they've been teaming up lately. So like, okay, that makes sense. And then I think that there's a few tag teams on tonight that will be set up for that. But a lot of that came in the third and fourth episodes. Dalton Castle promo. Let me go through the chat. What's up, chat? We got Sleeping Angels here. Frantic World. Big Mike joining. One of my co-hosts. Sleeping Angel saying, I'm here for Mark Briscoe versus Samoa Joe. Yes, take my money. 100%. It's going to be an awesome match at Supercard. Supercard's card, pun intended, is shaping up. Trying to see what is next.
It's basically a throwaway match.
Oh, yeah. Dalton Castle and the boys versus Marcus Cross, Cody Shun, and Guillermo Rosas. This should be quick. I think I got back to my seat halfway through this match.
I'm glad you saw the boys.
Yes. The reason you're there. To see Dalton Castle yell boys in your ear.
You have to.
Yes. It's amazing. Did he do the camera? I don't remember if he did the camera spin at all. I don't think he does.
He did.
They might not have enough space.
No, he does.
Oh, he does do it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like 2 or 3 seconds behind. So I was like,
that's
is
right.
he doing this? Oh, Dalton. I'm trying to see because I didn't notice at all what they did on that little like Titantron in the back, like NXT has. I didn't like pay attention during the actual show for most of the people's graphics. So I'm watching to see what they're doing up there. It's a very nice addition. I like it. We were talking to the ring crew guys and they were like talking to us about what they had to do to change the setup from Ring of Honor to Dark because they had to move the ring and they added a lot more seating. And then obviously changing the stage and adding the Titantron in the back. So it was interesting to hear about that.
Oh, it can't be easy.
No. I mean, that the good thing is though is that that's the setup, right? Like they don't have to change that. They own that soundstage. They have the lease on it.
That's a good thing then.
Or from what I don't know like if a lease is the right term, but from what I understand, it's set up. They don't have to like take it down after every show.
No, it's leased. They lease the space.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then they pay for, from what I understand, they like whatever time they use. I believe each set that they pay for 3 hours for each set, and then if they go over, they just got to pay the overtime fees. Which people who went to Impact tapings, I was talking to them, and they said Impact never went over because they couldn't afford it. But Tony Khan can afford the overtime fees, so he's like, "All right, I'll pay them."
So wait, if they're paying overtime fees, does someone else come in there after they're done?
No, I think it's just because they have to use universal workers.
Oh, okay. They're required. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they use universal workers. Yeah, I think that I don't know the reasoning why they do it because it's always been the 3-hour increments. So that's the next thing I'm working on learning. Because you can just talk to people and they'll tell you, like they're not rough about that. But
yeah, it'd be weird to hold that as like a secret.
Yeah, like they don't care. I know, like because when they talked about it being paid, this is the weirdest conversation I've ever had with a person. And I don't talk to this person anymore after this conversation. But I was talking to them during this set of tapings before the taping started. And I was like, yeah, they're paying because of Jeff Jarrett. Because that was what had been kind of like Will Washington had talked about that Jeff Jarrett was at the last set of tapings. And he wanted to do a lot of different things. And one of those things that people believe is that's why they put in the price like they're making it paid now. And I said that. And someone goes, no, Jeff Jarrett didn't change anything. He's not here at the tapings. And I was like, how do you know that? And he goes, well, he wasn't at the Talent Hotel. I was like, oh, so you're one of those people, huh?
Yeah, and that's not necessarily telling you anything.
I know. I'm like, just because you didn't see him when you were like trying to talent stock doesn't mean that Jeff Jarrett isn't making changes when he's the vice president of live event strategy.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah, he was saying it was like something that Universal did, and I talked to a Universal employee, and they were like, "No, that's not true." Like it was all AEW's decision to do it, which I knew, but
logically speaking, it would only make sense to be AEW's decision because Universal doesn't care; they're getting paid either way.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean it's amazing for them because I mean, they want it, right? Like first off, they want people using their sound stages because they barely use them because they don't film anything there anymore. So it's only people who come in to lease them now. And from what I understand, the only people leasing them are AEW. So they want it. Plus, they get people to pay for parking, and Universal keeps all the parking fees, and they can try to get people to spend money at City Walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's found money for them, like you said. They're not doing anything with it.
Exactly. The Universal loves it.
It's actually I hate to say it makes sense to charge though from AEW standpoint because it's money that now goes to Ring of Honor too that you can attribute to Ring of Honor.
Yep, I agree. I think what just upset a lot of people is, and I understand it, right? You're going from dark tapings that were free to now you're paying $25. So you were getting this free product that they've kind of conditioned a lot of us to be like, oh, this isn't that important. And now we're paying for it, which is a little like, I can understand why that would frustrate people, but they had to do it. And now it's up to Tony to make the tapings worth it so people pay that much money.
Well, yeah, but also you're going from dark and elevation, which were just literally what they are, dark matches, to now you have a show that people were looking forward to. Like you're actually paying for, in theory, important competitive wrestling.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm saying because they charged for dark too when they did the dark.
Well, isn't it all one taping though?
No, it was.
Oh,
this set of tapings were Saturday night. They ran from 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday night. Sunday afternoon from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. was dark. And then from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. was Ring of Honor.
a lot of wrestling.
So it was like you could get like a Ring of Honor 2-event combo. Everything was in singles. If you could only go to one, you could buy the one. It was the 2 combo for both Ring of Honor shows, and then a 3 combo that included dark. So I just got the 3, and I think it was like 50 something, 55. Which, like, fine. I don't really care. It's fine for me. But I think if you condition people that dark isn't that important, which they did during this set of tapings because dark was really not that great, then people are just not going to go to dark. They're just going to buy the 2 ticket for Ring of Honor if they continue to do that structure.
Yeah, no, that makes no sense. I thought it was all like you paid one price to go to both.
Nope.
Yeah, never mind that. It's very hard to tell people now you pay.
Yeah. I think it should be that if you buy both Ring of Honor combo tickets, then you get in for free to dark. That's what you should say.
Yeah. By Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you only want to go to dark, well, then you pay.
Yeah, exactly. Dalton Castle and the boys pick up a win. That match probably should have been a little shorter.
Yeah, Tony has no time restrictions.
Exactly. I was told that. I was specifically told Tony doesn't know the timing on the show, but still, it was good. Like to see Dalton and the boys. Maria. Yeah, so Kingdom are going after those tag titles.
As they should. I mean, they are an ROH team.
Yeah. 100%. Going to, let's see. Let's move this camera. still messing around with everything and the new setup to kind of see what I like the most. It's my third stream using it, so
Yeah, it takes time.
yeah. I mean, like I told you, I'm very likely going to get a green screen.
Yeah, they're great if you.
Yeah.
For the most part, every now and again, it unaligns and you have to realign it. But
yeah, there's some stuff I want to do with this. We'll see what ends up happening. Because these two lights, I have two lights above me that are color changing lights. I just don't have the bridge because I left the bridge in Texas.
well, you got to go back to Texas.
I might be there in like 3 days. I don't have a flight booked, but I might book it. Luther's hair. Oh, God. I forgot about his hair. Oh,
Amazing.
I know. Start pulling double duty tonight. His first of 2 matches. Boo-doo. Boo-doo. So do you see to the left of the ramp? Did you see me turn around?
No, I didn't. You can't go back on this, apparently.
Yeah. So on the next entrance, you'll see the back of you'll see my hair. It's to the left of the ramp. I got my phone out taking pictures. So you'll see it. Jalistico and Roosh. I wonder if that's a tag team they put in that ladder match.
They should. I mean, they're at that level.
Yeah, they should. They have that win over AR Fox and was it Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I can't remember. It's the weird thing is now that the Jose, the assistant, is teasing the whole Andrade thing again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. But if they're moving Roosh and Dralistico, I mean, Preston's facing Takeshita on Rampage. I don't know. I'm so confused about what they're doing with this faction.
Well, the funny thing is, listen, I'm not trashing Andrade, but I think Roosh has stepped into that role amazingly.
I agree.
So it's kind of like I don't want to see him take a step back just because you bring Andrade in. I think Roosh has delivered on every level. And in ROH, he should be like a player.
I agree. I think short term, it could work if you wanted to bring Andrade in, but have him in ROH. Bring that faction down to ROH, have Preston go for the TV title, have Roosh and Dralistico in the tag division, and have Andrade going for that world title. That could be a good way to set that group up.
Yeah, Andrade with that world title will be nice.
Yeah. Well, especially if Eddie's getting that belt, which I think they're going to give Eddie the belt.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
Claudio's got enough going on in AEW. Let Eddie run ROH.
Exactly what I'm thinking right now with Andrade. No, with Claudio. I think Wheeler, is going to stay for a little bit, and they're going to find somebody for him to lose it to, unless he loses to who I think he's facing, which would shock me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that spoiler.
I'm trying to think because there's just I don't think I did, but who knows?
Do you want me to put it in the chat?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
No, but I don't know about anyone out there. But that's why I'm like going silent. I'm like, I don't know if I know what you're talking about. That's right. That's right.
Yep. Chase saying Eddie wouldn't be a bad ROH champion for the short term. Yeah, I think like if you gave it to him for a month or two and then let him go back to AEW to face Max at Grand Slam.
Yeah.
I had like a really good booking idea, but it would hot potato the like the AEW World Championship a little too much. I was like, they're not going to do it. But I liked my idea. But it's not going to happen because it relied on Brian winning. But I had Brian dropping the title to Eddie sometime over I had Brian dropping the title to Eddie at All Out. Because Brian beating MJF, Brian dropping the title to Eddie at All Out, and then Eddie dropping it to Max at Grand Slam.
That'd be great, but there's just no way they're hot potatoing that belt.
I mean, it can't happen now because Brian lost.
That's true. You're right. But even still, like, that's why I knew Brian would lose. They don't hot potato that belt at all.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, they do the opposite. They leave it on guys a little too long sometimes.
I mean, the closest they ever got to hot potatoing was when Mox beat Punk, because Punk was technically the champion. Mox was the interim. He wasn't technically the champion at the time. He beat Punk for the championship and then dropped it 3 weeks later. Or 2 weeks later. That was the closest they've ever gotten.
Yeah, that was I mean, that was weird, but
yeah. Man, Roosh is beating the hell out of Snake Man.
Well, that's what Snake Man's there for.
You ready for Bendejo to make his debut tonight?
I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
We all laughed when he came out because it was like 3 matches after this.
He cracks me up, and the way he trashes quote unquote John Cruz, and then now he's hyping up Bendejo.
Funniest dudes. I love Serp.
I love him and Luther together just crack me up. I think every company needs a team like them.
Yeah, I just wish AEW would use them on television. Like, they're good enhancement guys.
They're like that's what you're right, because they can take loss. No one expects them to win, but they provide entertaining matches, and you're going to laugh at them. You're going to have some fun.
Yes. Tranquilo. I was next to when I went to Grand Slam. This was the day after I met you for the first time. I was at Junior's on Broadway after I went to do I forgot what the name of it is. But I went to like the interactive theater thing, like the immersive theater. Sleep No More. I went to Sleep No More. And after I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Junior's, get some dinner. And next to me are Pretty Peter and Jose.
Great call. Pretty Peter's the best.
I texted Kate. I was like, I'm next to Pretty Peter.
What a beautiful, beautiful man.
Yes. They were making fun of me. They're like, oh, you're a dirt sheet writer.
You're getting the dirt.
Yeah. They were on my ass. When they left, Jose was like, bye, dirt sheet.
Jose's hilarious.
So good.
He kind of came up out of nowhere.
I know.
He was Andrade's assistant that wasn't doing anything really, and then all of a sudden it was revealed he was jacked, and then he kind of got funny.
Yep. Well, because it was random, right? He had Vicky at first, and then they gave him Jose, and then they gave him Chavo.
Yeah, they tossed him around a lot.
And then once they ditched Chavo, then like they had it. Like that was kind of like the best few months. Like those few months for Andrade were really good when he was feuding with Pac, and he gave the money to FTR to beat the Lucha Brothers, which I was there for.
You're there for everything, Caden. At this point, you just got. It's when you're not there that we're talking.
I always point out that I was there for Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki.
I was there for Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega.
I know. I'm so jealous I didn't go to that one. I almost did. I got to see the hour-long match, though, between Danielson and Hangman. So I'll take it. Ooh, that was nice.
You are a second behind me, so I love hearing you react to things I just saw. Walter in the chat pointing out this is the first time they've seen Serpentico wrestle for more than a minute because they don't watch Dark. He's very good. He doesn't get nearly the credit he deserves.
Yeah. Walter is one of our co-hosts here. Usually joins us on Around the Point, which will be tomorrow night. I believe we're doing it at 10 p.m. Eastern.
That's Rampage.
Yeah, we go head to head with Rampage.
Look at you trying to ignite your own war.
Yeah, I usually have Rampage on while we're going, and so I give Rampage updates. And
You
then
guys are trying to Vince
tomorrow,
McMahon this thing.
Tomorrow is it's a fine episode. Bunch of rematches.
Is it filmed already?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're never as good. Though I don't have that same feeling with ROH.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's weird because I've seen this all, right? I've already seen all of this, and yet it's still I don't remember half of it because I was just so tired. The second episode, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I don't have the sound on except for when there's interviews, but the first episode you guys were into it. I don't know how you guys were on this one.
Much quieter. The second taping, you'll hear that it's a selective few matches where we're loud, but at this point, this episode started around 9 p.m. or 9:15, and it was really hot that day. So we were all outside for 2 hours waiting to get in.
There's a dude in a sweatshirt. How? What?
It's cold in there. It is cold in there. Outside, extremely hot. It was 95 degrees with 100% Florida humidity. But inside, it was 50.
Oh, no. They demasked him.
Yeah. Oh, I have this. 1 second.
Bendejo needs to come save him.
Let me find this picture. I have it in my phone somewhere. There's Joe. There it is. I'm going to upload this to my Google Drive, and then I'm going to put it in the StreamYard. Tag match there. Building up this team. Yeah, they're still doing that's been their gimmick for a while with LIF taking off the mask.
Yeah, they ever since Preston got rid of his mask, they really hate masks. Even though Dralistico has a mask.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's confusing me. When are they going to take off Dralistico's mask?
When they turn on him, that's when you know.
Yes. They
so
did
do you want Brian Cage to stay?
Dragon...
Yes, they did.
Yeah. What were you asking?
Sorry, I cut you
about
off.
Brian Cage?
Do you want him to stay?
Yeah. I think he's good in Ring of Honor. Good talent.
Agreed. I want him in Ring of Honor.
I'm trying to convert these images to PNGs.
Finally, a wrestler to make you feel young. I mean,
Yes, Billy. I love Miss Bill. Taking on Trish Adora. This was a great match. I'm very excited to watch it again because I was editing pictures during this.
Trish Adora is awesome.
Yep. So here I got one. Yeah. So this is the picture of the mask.
You didn't steal it?
No, they did. They showed it to us. I'm trying. I have two more
Should've-
pictures. There's the other
Should have
one.
grabbed it and run.
It's a great way to never get access to a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed a Snake Man's mask though. That was cool. Chase saying, yeah, Chase pointing out it's a gimmick they've been doing for the last few months. Chase, Cade should stay. Just need to find a good role for him where he can go be the guy who's an obstacle, but not needing a world title.
I think he'd be a great TV champion in ROH.
Yeah, I thought they were setting him up for that when they started Tully Blanchard Enterprise. It was TBE, and they added in Gresham. I thought that there was going to be because they weren't doing the 6-mans for Supercard. So I thought that they were going to have like Gresham as their world title guy. Cage would go after Samoa Joe for the TV title, and Gates of Agony would challenge FTR. And that obviously didn't happen because they set up Gates of Agony and Bryan for the trios or the 6-man.
Yeah, I don't get it, but at the same point, I do. They work as a 6-man. They're almost a little too good because who's gonna reasonably take them out? But
yeah, I mean, we'll find out a Supercard if he's going to stay because if he loses, then I think we all know what that means. Who do I see?
yeah, I wonder. I mean, they said they made him an offer, so. And by they, I mean Sean.
Yes, Fightful Select reporting that yesterday. Chase saying first time seeing these two. Sleeping Angels and J-Mac, I think, also said they had not seen Trish. And a lot of people haven't seen Billy because she's an indie wrestler. So unless you're watching like GCW.
He's a child.
I mean, not really anymore, but.
Is she 18?
Yeah.
That's a child to me.
She's about she's a little, like a month under 2 years younger than me.
Yeah. That's a child in my book. You're a child. You're all children.
We're all children.
Granted, if for you to be my child, I would have had to be on MTV. But
Teen moms.
yeah, I would have been the teen dad.
You and Kate on Teen Moms.
Oh God. Started as 16 and pregnant. Then they stayed with him.
Come on, Bill. I'm still waiting for her to pull out that Segura driver. But I think she's using the tombstone in AEW, like a twisting tombstone. Trish Adora's got like a version of a cattle mutilation locked in.
It's a weird version, but definitely a version of it.
Yeah.
Trish Adora was making her name in ROH before it shut down, so I'm glad they brought her back.
Yes. Yeah, her, Willow, Roxy. Those were all people who were running Ring of Honor.
And Willow and Roxy are doing great.
Yeah. I mean, Roxy had that banger with Mako. And then interested to see what they're going with Willow in this originals versus outsiders story.
Willow is one of the most pure baby faces in wrestling. So
Yep.
she aids a lot in that you'll get heat by being mean to her.
I think Bill is the same. Like I think Bill's a lot of because of how young she is, but then I think just her energy, like one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah, she attracts. She's gonna get a little different because of her age. Like she'll get the sympathy that like Willow can't.
Yes.
But Willow is just one of the most cheerful people in the world that you're like, how do you hate her?
Yeah. I am so ready for Bill's heel turn in like 3 years. She's gonna be amazing. Like she's gonna break everybody's hearts.
I think you gotta, if it's in ROH or AW, they gotta, or GCW, they gotta get her a little bit more over as a face. Like she's over, but like put her in that stratosphere so
Yeah.
that when she turns, it, like you said, it breaks everyone's heart.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Billy, right? Or did you say Willow?
Yeah.
Billy. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, did I say that wrong? We talked about two wrestlers. I got confused for a second.
Yeah. Bill, Billy, Billiam, Bill I Am.
Yeah, she definitely when she turns going to be the star, but like a huge heel.
Oh, God damn. Trish Adora picking up the win over Billy Starks. I was so angry. I was like, oh, like I was cursing out everybody. I was like, this is stupid.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
It's Trish Adora needs the time. It's hers.
I know. Yeah, it's if Billy doesn't win, I get really upset. But I get it. Good match there. Good win for Trish Adora. They're really built. Like I noticed that they're one of the things that they focused on during the tapings was building up challengers for Athena and building up like the undercard of this division. So I'm excited. I think so far the Ring of Honor Women's Division. I won't say that. That's mean because the AEW Women's Division is much better right now.
It really has improved. All I'm asking for is just one more match per week.
Yes, agreed. I wasn't loving the Outsiders versus Original story. Like I liked it, then I didn't. Now I like it again because I liked what they did on the pay-per-view, and then I loved Ruby's promo.
Oh, Ruby's promo was great.
Yeah. Chase asking, as a novice to Ring of Honor, is Trish Adora going? Is who is going to face Athena? No. So tonight it's Willow, and then we'll see who wins that and kind of where they're going to go after. But
They
yeah,
gave up Willow too early on that.
Oh, I'll give my thoughts on the main event after.
I'm just saying, Willow is a star. That is, you build that match up.
Yeah, I agree. Sleeping Angel saying, so just a one-off appearance for Billy, or did she sign to Ring of Honor? She's not signed. She worked dark. She worked a few dark tapings. She's working another episode of Ring of Honor coming up. But no, she's not signed. She's also working MLW, GCW, a bunch of other indies. So yeah, but no, she's not signed.
I mean, she couldn't. I mean, now she's 18, she could be signed, but I think there's probably hesitation on that just to see what her life's going to be. Plus, I don't think you're going to sign her until she's done high school.
Well, the weird thing is that like Nick Wayne signed.
That's true.
And he's not even 18.
Yeah, he's got a weird contract. Like, doesn't kick in until he's 18. She may also be waiting till she's done high school to sign a contract. That could be on her.
Mm-hmm.
Because her pay grade is going to go up when she's done high school.
100%. Yeah. I think I don't want to I obviously don't want to speak for her, but that would make sense. Trust busters out here. You want one? You want one, Ari?
I highly enjoy the Trust Busters.
I think if I didn't have to sit through so much trust. Oh, did you? Oh, I was right again. I don't know if you were looking, but while they were coming down the ramp, I was literally right up against the thing.
You're very into the Trust Busters, see?
Yes, I was right up against. I was like, yeah, trust busters. Taking on Man Scout and Jake Christ. They're just calling him Man Scout. They're not even saying his actual name.
Man Scout's great though.
Yeah. SP3 here. Our brother from Chewy Elite Wrestling saying, look at Kaden growing up on his own show. Proud of you and all your achievements at 12 or 20 years old, sir. Thank you, SP3.
Cold, SP3 cold. I'm enjoying it.
Thank you, SP3. Happy that I get to be on some Truly Elite stuff, even though he doesn't always. he's never made aware that I will be on there until I'm on there, and then he's very confused about why I'm there. But it's always awesome when I can be on those shows. Had a great time on the Revolution Watch.
Wait, who invites you on?
What?
Who invites you on if you just show up?
Romeo.
So Romeo's like, I'm just gonna fuck with SP3 today and not tell him who's coming on.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, Caden's here, and SP3 gets in the chat and goes, God damn it, why is this guy always on?
Yeah, fair enough.
We had a great time on the Revolution watch along. That was actually one of my favorite streams we've ever done. We played bingo with one of our co-hosts, Steve. He has we call him Steveisms. So we made a bingo card, and every time he did something, we marked it off. It was great.
You guys are mean. Poor Steve.
Jay's pointing out Steve's beans.
Poor Steve.
Steve makes every time Steve makes his coffee, he ends up falling asleep on stream. So we always say, Steve's gotta go get Steve's beans.
Wait. How does that work?
We don't understand. Nobody gets it. It's the most confusing thing ever.
So he gets coffee, drinks coffee, falls asleep?
Yeah. He falls asleep. We make bets on how long it's gonna take for him to fall asleep.
So does he make coffee that's decaf and put melatonin in there?
We think that the beans have melatonin in it. That's our guess.
My God.
We're all pretty confident that the beans have melatonin. SP3 saying, yep, that's pretty much how it works, Ryan. Romeo hates me and invites Kaden on to get under my skin. That's 100% what happens.
You're a secret weapon.
Yes. It's insanely accurate. And then I say some stupid booking decisions and SP3 yells at me.
You enjoy doing that.
It's great. I break Rob down every episode now.
Yeah, you can't break me. I'm hard to break in that regard because I'll just ignore it or say something stupider.
Yes, very true. It's extremely accurate.
Yeah, I refuse to be broken.
The Trustbusters, they want their money. I love when Sunny Kiss comes out with the Trustbusters and does her money on. My favorite.
I never like Smart Mark's suits.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, probably, but I'm still pointing it out. Oh, sweet. So Metal League's actually going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Good. He's very talented. I'm glad he wasn't like a one-off.
They do have plans for him.
Blake Christian.
And this guy right here, All Heart Blake Christian, who is somehow a face in Ring of Honor, but he's a heel in GCW.
These are the guys that make ROH feel like ROH, though.
Yes. Yep. I like it. This feels like Ring of Honor. That match felt like Ring of Honor, and these two guys here. Especially Blake. I love Blake.
Well, he's all heart.
Yeah. Oh, we're not going to call him Trey Baxter. Oh, it's our own account, so I can't delete the comment. I can't delete any comment, apparently.
I think you should be able to delete your own comments, so that's weird.
You can't delete any comments from StreamYard. I have to go into YouTube to do it.
No, you can.
It won't let me.
Huh.
It says put user in timeout or block user. I thought we could delete comments. I think they updated it.
Oh, you know, I've never had to delete a comment. I just block users, and then it just deletes their comments automatically.
Yeah, it does.
Now you have Wheeler Yuta versus a guy who should be British.
Oh, that's already up next. Oh, this is a shorter episode then. It felt way longer.
Still have another match after this.
I think there's 2 more matches after this, maybe 3.
So it's not that much shorter.
It's not going to be 2 hours. Let me check. Where is Robert DeFelice? There it is. Let's see. Ugh, so many results. Three more matches after this.
But are they long matches or are they short matches?
One is short, others are long.
Okay.
Athena and Willow got 10 to 15, and then the other match did 2, but I don't know if it was advertised, so I'm not going to say what it was.
I like that ROH basically is like 10 to 15 minute matches because it's more intense.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's a good timing for the matches. Like even the ones that probably should be like 2 to 3 minutes, it's giving everybody a little bit of time. Chase asking, is my man Thatcher ROH permanently? I don't think so. He might be signed to Pro Wrestling Noah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Him and Bobby Fish are 2 guys who should be British.
Yeah, they should. So tonight's episode might be 1.5 hours. I think it'll be 1:45, maybe. Oh, the comments do not like Wheeler Yuta.
The comments
fans.
where?
Our comments.
Million Man Yuta. See, I'm a Yuta fan.
I like Wheeler too. I'm a big fan of Yuta. And he got me, he won me over. Like I already did like him. Like if you go watch his stuff with Daniel Garcia right before he got to AEW, I really liked all of that. And then I was there for his Dynamite debut when he faced Sammy Guevara. July 14th, if I remember correctly, 2021. And I think he's good. Yes.
Am I being asked to name 3 things I like about Yuta?
Yes, you're being asked to name 3 things you like about Yuta.
He's a very good wrestler. He's from Philadelphia. And his new aggressive attitude is one I highly enjoy.
I'll take 2 of those things because I hate Philadelphia. And
That's why you're wrong.
Thank you. And then I'll add in that I think he's attractive.
Again, that's fine, but you're wrong about Philadelphia, so that's okay.
Philadelphia is fine. I don't hate it as much as like there's some other cities that I really hate. Like Norman, Oklahoma. Ugh.
Okay. Why do you hate Norman, Oklahoma? How do you know about Norman, Oklahoma? What?
I'm from Austin.
What does that
If
have
you're
to do
from
with Norman,
Austin,
Oklahoma?
if you're from Austin, Texas, you grew up a University of Texas Longhorns fan, diehard, burn orange, you will hate Norman, Oklahoma.
Why?
University of Texas and OU, the rivalry.
Oh, is that where OU is? I don't know that.
Yeah. That's where OU is. Yeah.
See, I don't really care about the growing up in the Philadelphia area. College sports weren't really like a thing.
Yeah, it's college football.
I mean, we have basketball because then you have Nova.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have now at UF, I hate Tallahassee because of FSU. And Athens for Georgia. We don't have any issues with Philadelphia.
Chilling with Chase. Penn State is a there are a lot of Penn State fans in Philadelphia and the surrounding counties. I'm actually from like a suburb in Jersey side of things, but it's not the same as like when it's in your town.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. I saw it. I saw what you're bringing up.
You know that meme with the two badass dragons and then the dumb one? That's Yuna and the PCC.
I don't know. To me, the dragon in the BCC without a title is an American dragon.
Moxie doesn't have a dragon. Or doesn't have a title. I don't know why I said dragon.
I'm making a Brian Danielson joke.
I know your joke, and I messed up my counter because I said the wrong term. These two are having a good one.
Because Yuta has good ones.
Yes. I've
No
never
what
seen
Romeo says.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen a bad Yuta match.
His biggest problem was finding his personality, and I think the aggressive side has been much better for him.
Yes. They just need to capitalize on it and not have the dude talk.
Short, quick bursts. That's it. That's the only thing he should say.
Yep. You got Moxley. You got Danielson. Let them talk.
Even Claudio.
Claudio is a great talker as a heel. As a face, doesn't work.
Yeah, but they're heels now.
Yes. It's weird with Claudio because he's one of the nicest people ever in real life. Like when I talk to him, it's charisma oozing from this guy. Yet for some reason, when he talks in a wrestling promo as a face, it doesn't come off the same. I don't know what it is.
He's too good. And when a guy is too good at the things he does, you're like, why are you so nice?
Yeah. I also think like with Claudio, it's the eyes. When I talked to him, it was looking into his eyes, like the way his face is structured. Like you get sucked into the eyes. So you don't have that connection through a TV screen.
Did you fall in love with Claudio?
Possibly.
Okay. I love that they don't Chilling with Chase doesn't like use DBZ screams. Listen, that's because it's not taking place over multiple episodes of wrestling. But if they did, you'd be very much about it.
Fairly accurate.
That's hey, if you're gonna do DBZ, you gotta do it right. 3 episodes for 1 fight.
Yep. I do think the tapings were some of his best work promo wise.
He needs, like I said, an aggressive, quick promo, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not every guy's a great talker, and that doesn't mean they can't be. Like, do I think he'll be world champ? No, but doesn't mean he can't be, an upper level guy. He just can't talk.
Yeah. I agree. I think I think in the ring, I think he's great. Like right now, him and Thatcher are having a good one.
Now they're going to Attack on Titan. Well, yeah, because he's not super depressing.
All right. There's a lot of Wheeler Yuta discourse right now.
I'm just saying, watching Wheeler Yuta doesn't make me really, really sad like Attack on Titan.
I have not watched Attack on Titan yet.
So goddamn depressing.
It's very much on my list. I gotta finish. I gotta catch up on JoJo, and then I'm gonna go watch I gotta finish My Hero.
I don't watch JoJo. My Hero I watched.
My Hero was fantastic. So good.
Gone a few weird places with it, but I still very, very, very much enjoy it.
Yeah. I loved JoJo until because JoJo's the first two, technically 3 seasons, has such a weird anime style. Like it's so like the characters are drawn so differently. And then when they go to season 4, they change that style because it changes in the manga. And so they adapt to it. And I just don't like the style as much. I'm not a big fan of the stories. So I just kind of stopped watching for a while. But I gotta get this. Apparently season 5 is incredible, so I gotta get there.
What is the nerd clip?
Oh, I don't know if we have it. Do we have it? Let's see.
Nerds.
Not even the best nerds one.
I know, there's better nerds.
The best nerd one ever is The Simpsons Homer yelling nerd. I mean, that is the greatest nerd clip of all time.
That's what Romeo uses on True Hill Heat.
That's the one you gotta use.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it.
Steve, stop playing clips.
That wasn't you?
No, that's Steve. He's in the background playing clips.
Damn it, Steve. Hey, Steve, don't play clips.
God damn it, Ryan. Oh. Oh, Olympic slam by Wheeler.
What is he trying to pretend he's not a nerd?
Who? Wheeler?
Steve?
Oh, Steve's not a nerd.
Yes, he is. He likes wrestling, right?
Well, I guess, yeah. If you like wrestling, then yeah.
I'm going to tell every single person, if you like wrestling, especially at the level where you talk about it, you're a nerd. I say that with pride as a huge nerd.
Not wrong.
I watch a lot of weird. I'm a nerd at the highest level, but wrestling alone would make that the case.
Oh, I'm an extreme nerd.
The only thing growing up that stopped me from being like a nerd was that I liked and played sports.
I played sports when I was still a nerd. And I still like sports because I'm a sports journalism major.
I mean, I wasn't like the coolest kid. I could float in any crowd. That was my thing. But I mean, I liked nerd things, but what kept me from being picked on as a nerd was that I played sports. And I was a big guy, so like,
yeah. I just kind of kept to myself most of the time.
I also benefited from having some really funny friends that everybody loved.
Yeah. Chase talking about his Yu-Gi-Oh! Wednesday nights are Yu-Gi-Oh! Nights for Chase.
Wait, when he says play, he means like he actually plays the card game?
I think so.
I didn't know it was actually a playable card game.
Yeah. I have a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, do you get really serious when you call it? And now my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, you have to get serious. Yeah, Chase says, yeah, he plays the actual card game.
Damn, that's awesome.
I go to a local card shop.
There was a I worked at a swimming pool store for like 10 years when I was a teenager into 20s, and because I'm out of my 20s, you goddamn child, and they had a comic book shop in the same plaza, and they played Magic the Gathering, but the place would be just full for Magic the Gathering tournaments.
Yeah. I remember, where was it? Steve, get out of here. Damn. He's messing around too much.
Yes,
Yeah,
Scuba Steve.
He calls himself his name says the man of honor, Steve. Oh. Oh yeah, Yuta or Timothy Thatcher out of rope break. So Yuta's got that submission.
I was about to
into
ask,
rope.
and then I remembered it was so I will say I don't have commentary on it. This is the only match. Like, I love Ian Riccaboni and Capri, so this isn't a knock. But this is the only match where I really wish I had it on, because they add so much to a pure rules match.
I got little hairs on this. I agree.
You have too long a hair, Kaden. It's time for you to cut it all.
No. I just got a haircut a few weeks ago, actually.
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
I got half an inch taken off.
Come on, shave it bald.
No. I like my hair. I don't need to be looking like you.
Bigot.
So Wheeler Yuta. I don't know who he called. Who does he call out in this promo? Let me listen to this. He's calling out the dojo. Who's coming out? Clark Connors from the LA dojo. Obviously wrestled.
Clark Connors
Wrestled in the that 4-way at Forbidden Door.
He did.
The All Atlantic title.
Like a late substitute.
Yeah, Tomohiro Ishii injured. Clark replaced him.
It's the one guy in this thing I've ever interviewed, so I like him a little bit extra.
Nice.
I'm biased. I admit it. Yeah, I could tell you guys are tired by this point.
Katsuyori Shibata being name dropped. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Also, we were listening to the Clark Connors promo, so that's why we were a little quiet for a minute.
I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
He's a wild rhino.
He is. He's an attractive rhino.
I can't figure out your taste at all, Kaden.
I was to the left right there. Guys who look like they could be wrestlers.
Yeah, but even that, there's a wide range of what you find attractive.
Oh, yeah. I'd had this conversation with Cher Delaware. Me and her have this conversation every time we're together. We're we talk about my type, and it's I don't have one. It just depends.
like I found out Big Money Drew's type pretty easily.
Yeah.
He likes big, ripped, meaty men. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, I know.
You're all over the place. I can't
Yeah.
figure it out.
We got Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus of the Foundation taking on Aussie Open up next. But yeah, my type is Romeo says Kaden's type is breathing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Chase saying Shibata is clear. Thought he can only do light stuff. I mean, he phased Orange Cassidy a few months ago.
Hardest hitter in all of wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, him and Orange kicked the shit out of each other. It's confusing because I think he faced Filthy Tom in like an MMA rules match. And pretty sure they kicked the shit out of each other in that. I think it's just like New Japan didn't want to book him in hard-hitting matches because they were worried. But AEW doesn't care.
No, AEW don't give a fudge.
You get cleared by a doctor. Gato's like, no.
I mean, if you get cleared by a doctor, I don't know what else you could say.
Yep. Throw him up, Ryan. Throw him up.
I'm not an Aussie Open guy.
Oh, well,
I mean, I think they're great. I'm just can't pretend I'm a fan. I boo heels.
Oi.
Plus, that haircut is insane.
For Mark or for Kyle?
I forget which one's what. The one with the weird haircut.
Which one has the weird haircut?
Seriously?
Yeah.
The one with the cape.
Oh, I think his hair is hot.
Jesus Christ, Kaden.
He is somebody who I genuinely find to be extremely attractive, especially with the Aussie accent. Ooh,
ridiculous.
Kyle Fletcher is so attractive. Only 4 years older than me.
Ridiculous.
No. It's very similar to my ex's haircut. My ex, who was a girl, had a very similar haircut, but longer, but similar, like the comb over bangs, which is what when I had the shorter before I got super long. I had a version of that too.
Were you trying to match your ex's hairstyle?
No, I went with a comb over. Like I would lean it to the left, and then she was like, back when we were, because it was either when we were still dating or right after we had broken up because we were friends for a while, and she was like, "Yeah, go to the middle part; it's more attractive."
So I'm gonna ask, and it's, if you don't want to talk about, but both ways.
Who, me? Yeah, I go both ways.
Okay, I didn't know if you discovered one later in life and were like, "This is where I want to be."
No. I've made it very clear on a lot of shows.
Well, you've made it very clear for one group of people, and they look like Kyle.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure about if like some people come to that discovery late. That's.
I just got a really fucking funny text. No, it was like last 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
Recent.
It just tells me which way I now to try to make it even more difficult to figure out your type.
Yeah, I usually will. I'll talk about attractive male wrestlers more than I talk about attractive female wrestlers.
Listen, I rarely talk about attractive female wrestlers. It's because of the creep factor of other people.
Same, yeah.
Same thing. And because for some they can't differentiate between, oh, she's really attractive, but she's also awesome. Like,
yes,
a couple wrestlers do manage to get away from that, like Rhea, Jamie Hayter. But then again, they all have to be like badasses, and it's like, that's not right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I've said on this show, I want to go to a meet and greet so I can get Jamie Hayter to chop me.
Keep your kinks to yourself.
I've made that very clear multiple times that I want Jamie Hayter to chop me.
And I get it, but I don't know if I'm I'm thinking AEW. I think the bunny might be it for me.
I can see it.
That's AEW only.
Chase, don't act like you don't want to be chopped by Sky Blue.
Well, she's a little young for my taste, so we'll have to leave her where she stays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think on the NXT stream I talked about Thea Hale. And then everyone else was like, yeah, no, we're all going to back out of this conversation.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I will talk about Thea Hale as hilarious on screen, but that's as far as I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah.
I think for my creep factor, you have to be in your mid-20s before I could start to be like, okay. Like,
well, Thea's still 19.
that's what I'm saying. Like, she's far too young.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like exactly my age.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she is fantastic. She is like, they've hit the gold mine with her. 19 years old and she's this fucking good.
Yeah.
Aussie Open. Obviously, doing Aussie Open things as my number 3 in my top 5 tag teams right now.
All right, give me your top 5. You say that and you got to finish it up.
So my number 1, I have FTR. Number 2 is Lucha Brothers. Number 3 is Aussie Open. Number 4, I'll go with Usos. And 5 is, it was the Briscoes, but it's probably, Motor City.
That's fair. They're a classic.
Yeah.
Trying to think because I don't usually rank things. Like FTR is on my list, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Best Friends, so I always put them on my list, no matter where they are. I think they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna include a WWE team, which I don't often do because I don't really think their tag division has been great, I gotta go the Usos just because they've been up at that level. New Day would be there, but who knows what's going on with them?
Yep.
Try to think. I don't know who else. Like, there's just so many good teams out there. It's tough to be like. So for somehow we get, Jeff Jarrett, the Acclaimed. Well, actually, I like the Acclaimed, but Jeff Jarrett's team, the Acclaimed. Who else was in that fucking 4-way?
Cassidy and Danhausen and Ass
Which I
Wars.
love those two. Yeah, I love Cassidy and Danhausen. Just shouldn't have been in that 4-way. And I actually really enjoy the Ass Boys. They shouldn't have the titles.
I agree. I think they're a good feeder team.
I don't even think they necessarily have to be a feeder. Well, yeah, right now a feeder team, but they're also a team you build up. Like, I think they're able to be built up.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been doing this a long time. I find them hilarious. I will say this, on the cruise, they would watch every match and cheer for baby faces and boo heels really loudly.
Yeah.
Except they ran away for the Acclaimed. They just were nowhere to be seen when the Acclaimed wrestled, which I thought was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, I remember someone, I think it might have been Kate, tweeting about that. And I was at an indie show last month and they were in the crowd. And I noticed them doing the exact same thing. Or at least Austin. Like, Austin was really into the show. And I was like, these guys they love wrestling. Like, they are wrestling fans.
Yeah, Austin was the one there too. I mean, Colton did some stuff, but I just think Austin's the better talker either way.
Yeah.
Like, again, they would be a fine mid-card tag team who eventually may get to title level if they've had a little bit more of a run, but
Yeah, I think like in like 2 to 3 years. The issue with Colton is Colton's been wrestling for like less than 2 years.
yeah.
He's still new. And I mean, he's good for being wrestling for that little, but same criticisms a lot of people have for Dominic Mysterio.
Well, it's just one of those things where like they would have been better off slow played. Like, and they kind of were a little bit, but even then, not nearly as much. We're like, give them a TV feud with Best Friends. Give them a TV feud with Iron Savages. Give them a TV feud with the, like, Best Friends being the upper tier of the team state face, but give them Iron Savages. Give them Butcher and Blade. Give them all these teams that aren't winning anyway. Give them a bunch of TV feuds with them so that they build up a following and people are like, oh, they're not being shoved down our throats.
Yeah, I agree. I think like they just didn't build them.
No.
Well,
And people don't like to feel like things are being shoved down their throats.
especially in a company with like AEW, just the way that, and not like, I don't mean this as a bad thing. I think it's just the way the company is and the way the fans are. And just kind of like the precedent that they've set.
Yeah.
Chilling with Chase. I don't know why I call him chilling with Chase. I just call him Chase. But Chase said, Best Friends probably the most underrated team. Street fight with Proud and Powerful. Still one of my favorite AEW matches. I just feel the Guns won when the Acclaim still had steam and didn't feel like the Acclaim were ready to lose the belts. I 100% agree with everything he just said. Like,
yeah, they were, especially if you weren't going to have FTR be the ones to take it. Because FTR had the steam to take it from the Acclaimed, but they were the only ones.
Yeah, I still stand by that they either just shouldn't have done that match or just had FTR win. But I know FTR was injured, so they needed time off. Especially Dax. Dax had like 50 injuries at that point.
Yeah, I'm curious what their contract situation is.
I am too, because Dax keeps saying April was on it's when it's up. So
But I don't know how I feel about that. Like, is he trying to sell it too hard?
I don't know. Do not know. Oh
Yep, you just saw it.
God. I remember seeing that in person and being like, holy shit. I like that they do like a version of a hidden blade. Like a kind of like, not like a but like it's a lariat to the forearm and a lariat to the front and a lariat to the back, which is kind of similar to the hidden blade. I kind of like that. That was
Damn weird haircut.
attractive haircut.
Weird.
That was a great match, though. They killed it. The group chat right now is immaculate. You see me? Oh, I think you missed it.
Yes, I saw you. Did you do the hand thing?
Yeah, I'm doing the hand thing.
I saw you.
I made sure to get on the barricade to throw it up for my guys. Aussie Open. All right, now it's time for Eddie versus Bendejo. Hey, the world is cold, but a bundle up. Hey, the world is cold, but a bundle up. Hey, the world is cold, but a bundle up. Eddie's theme is awesome. Every time I take a picture, you can see me turn the other way because I get on Twitter and I post it. Chase the end. The world is cold, but a bundle up. We sing that on a lot of our streams. We love that song.
Your socks, your hat, your cold winter gloves.
Bendejo. I need to put I didn't put a banner up since the opening match, but I gotta put this up. Bendejo. There we go. Bendejo in action.
You know, his gear looks kind of familiar.
His body looks like the body shape looks a little familiar to me.
As does the style.
Yeah. The height, everything. SP3 saying, I'm glad he really out here facing the dude named Bendejo. I am done. SP3, I don't think you know who Bendejo is. He's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, this man has been all over the world.
And he just got squashed. Oh no. Bendejo just got killed. Disappointing. I was hoping Ben would pull it out.
No. Listen, Chase, you blew it. Chase said he needs some just for men Bendejo. It should have just he needs just for Mendejo. Could have made that into one word.
Oh. That's not the first pun you've used on the show, though.
I know, it'd be nice. First time I'm nice. And then I get meat.
I'm surprised. Steve's commenting as a 6-star match. I 100% agree. That was match of the year candidate. I don't remember what Claudio said here, but I think he kind of said, go fuck yourself.
That he has no honor. You, sir, have no honor.
Eddie Kingston taking on Claudio Castagnoli, Supercard of Honor for the championship.
Uh-oh, he's going to get attacked.
Oh,
Oh, he's not getting attacked. And here we go, the match of the night.
that was really well done with the backstage interviews.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, we didn't see that in the arena. So I thought they did a really good job there. Oh, great. Is Twitter down? Maybe not. Chase is not happy about Eddie versus Claudio as the main event
But it's not the main event.
of Supercard.
Oh, why?
We're going to the show. I just don't think he likes the matchup.
But
I like it.
Eddie is the king, son.
Yeah. World is called to bundle up. You're the world. It's called to bundle up.
I need to get to Atlanta. Apparently on the 25th, DDP is hosting a viewing party of Ready to Rumble, and then he's going to do Q&A after. And I just think it'd be really funny to watch Ready to Rumble in a crowd of people.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, that's where he lives. I'm not actually going to Atlanta.
That's not that far. It's like 5-hour drive for me.
You just go everywhere.
I'll be at I'm supposed to work an indie show tomorrow night. It just depends on homework because I have homework tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'm going down to South Florida to go to I'm going to Boca Championship Wrestling Sunday night to see my pal Val Capone.
Wait. How do you have homework on Friday night but not Thursday night?
The way my classes are scheduled.
That doesn't make sense.
It's due tomorrow. Like, so I have classes. I have in-person classes on Mondays and Tuesdays. Because I'm taking a lot of online. All of my assignments have due dates: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I sometimes have stuff due on Tuesdays, but I never have anything due on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
See, so that's the one thing that is different from when I went to now. Besides, the online was around, but not nearly as good as it is today. But when you have classes and they're all in person and they're Monday through Friday, your assignments are only due Monday through Friday. They don't give you assignments due on the weekend because there was no way to submit it, which was nice because it always meant your weekend was your weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like tomorrow I have a broadcast timed writing for broadcast style writing for news. I have a pitch due, a story pitch, because I have to do a package story on something. So I got to find like a story like a news story. And then don't have anything Saturday. I think I have something Sunday, even though my spring break starts on Saturday. And for some reason, I have homework due on Sunday during my spring break.
Well, if you do it all ahead of time, then you don't.
Oh, never mind. She moved it. Wait. No, she didn't. See, you're right. Inherently, that is correct. But here's the thing, Ryan. I am probably the biggest procrastinator you'll ever meet in your life. So, no, I do not do things ahead of time.
That's your own fault.
Yeah.
So I can't really criticize because I was a hell of a procrastinator in my day.
Yeah. That makes sense. Lines up.
Yeah, I got great grades, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, I have pretty good grades this semester. The only two classes, like currently I don't have good grades in, are literally just because we've had nothing due so far. Because one of my classes, even though like we're at the midterm point, most of my grades in one of my classes aren't like, they're all later, just because the way it's like both are two of my classes. It's just the way it's structured, or most of our one of them, we just don't have a lot of assignments for credit. And then the other one, a lot of our stuff is later. Like the stuff that's worth the most points is later. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just would want to have my weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get everything done tomorrow. Three Amigos there by Willow. Conan's going to be fucking pissed.
How dare she?
Terrible. Even though Conan's from Cuba.
Do you see the WWE's trying to get sports gambling on wrestling legalized?
So the state of Michigan came out today and said that they haven't been informed of anything, that it came from a third party. Now, coming from a third party doesn't mean shit, because a lot of times companies will use a third party and not go through them directly. So that one doesn't mean anything, but they were like, oh, we haven't heard anything. But that's just one state. A lot of people are taking that one because one state said they hadn't heard anything, that it's all fake. I think that there's some flame to the fire that they're trying. It's going to bring in a lot of money.
That's why they want it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. You'll bring in a totally different crowd.
I mean, AEW has the deal with DraftKings.
Well, but you can't bet on AEW, right?
I don't even know how that DraftKings deal works. What do you like? Is it just for other betting, not AEW?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't actually bet on AEW. You just use them to get the code to bet on sports. What they want is they want you to be able to bet on their matches, which will then bring in people to watch who are degenerate gamblers who will be like, I got to bet on anything.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea, but
I think it's a really bad idea. You would just have, I mean, it's a weird thing. I think it's stupid, but I understand there's a lot of money in it. But then it's just, the issue is like, okay, so what? We're going to bet on who dies in the Avengers next?
Yeah.
Like, is that the way we're going? Like, I think it would just have to be extremely regulated. And I think it would just lead to issues within the companies and how they tell stories. Like that idea that of like, what do they say? Like that they would lock in results months ahead of time. You can't do that.
That would tell terrible stories then, because then you couldn't change the story.
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, I'm not against sports gambling in general. I think whatever, it's your money, do what you want. I think though that predetermined stuff just opens a can of worms that no one's prepared for.
Yes. I saw a lot of people were making jokes. They were like, Fightful selects $100 tier where they're going to have all the gambling spoilers.
Oh my God.
We're going to make some money off of that. That's how I get hired.
Well, you know, who is it? Jeremy and Jensen that do their odds, their joke odds?
No, it's Jeremy and Jarrett.
Jeremy and Jarrett, sorry.
Yeah,
do
Jeremy
their joke
and Jarrett
odds.
do that.
Well, that would suddenly become a very popular real odds show.
Yeah. I mean, like the closest thing we have right now is we do have Wrestle Rumble, but that's not the same.
What's Wrestle Rumble?
It's a wrestling gambling site that's just like, you just go, like, you make your picks and you pay like a certain amount, and then they have like the winners. And usually whenever you win, you get a wrestling belt.
Okay, but it's not like true gambling.
No. It's just like some guy who started a site. I'm sure like SP3 or Romeo has a better, I'm sure SP3 at least has like a better explanation of what Wrestle Rumble is than I do, even though Wrestle Rumble follows me, but I've never used it, so I don't have the best explanation.
So it's responding to a couple comments in the chat. I see for Romeo saying he'd love results not getting leaked. Yeah, but then the downside of that is stories that can't change as fan reaction changes.
Yeah.
And then,
like, I know me and Romeo talked about it yesterday, and because we have like a group chat of some of us, and we were all like, yeah, this would just hinder stories. And yeah, Romeo
I actually think Fightful would be fun.
I think we'd be perfectly. Yeah, I think Fightful would be great.
Yeah,
it's a contest where you put some money in the pot and you answer a bunch of questions, and whoever gets the most right wins. Yeah, Cher Delaware wins a shitload of them. She has like 14 fucking titles.
Jesus Christ!
I know. I'm just gonna have her do mine next time. Also, a quick shout out to Cher Delaware. Had some surgery yesterday in her mouth. Some dental surgery. I know. Shut the fuck up. I stated it wrong.
Everyone gets to laugh at that because everyone who's ever had their wisdom teeth out has turned into a chipmunk at some point in their life.
I didn't. That's the thing. When I got my wisdom teeth out, somehow I didn't look that bad. I actually ate eggs 5 hours after my surgery.
Well, that's just weird.
I felt fine. Like they said, I had one that were a little bit impacted or whatever it is. like one that was a tiny bit, but they said it was like one of the easiest wisdom tooth surgeries they've ever done.
No, all
Like
4 of mine were impacted. They had to cut them all out.
I had one that was slightly impacted.
All 4 got them done at once though, which was smart.
Yeah.
Just suffer one time.
Yeah, I did the same. I had to do it because I had jaw surgery. So I had to do it a year before jaw surgery. That fucking sucked. And
Yeah,
I
I'll
wasn't
never understand.
chipmunked, but my jaw was so swollen.
Was it wired shut?
No, I have steel plates in my mouth.
They didn't have to wire it shut to heal though?
No, so now they can put steel plates, and that takes the spot of wiring it shut because you don't need to do it anymore. They do it in your mouth.
Like, how long was your jaw swollen for?
It fully subdued after about 2.5, 3 months.
Right.
I had that surgery 2 years and 2 months ago. I have very limited feeling in my bottom lip and all right here. Like about 50%.
That's not much you have to feel there anyway.
No. It just feels weird sometimes. The weirdest thing is when I do physical activity because it doesn't know how to handle that. So you just get, it's not, I would say it's painful because your nerves don't know how to react. So while it isn't exactly painful, you're kind of being told this isn't normal. So it feels painful.
Okay. That oddly makes sense.
Yeah. It's weird. It's the weirdest shit. I hate it. Yeah, I couldn't eat anything solid at all for 2 weeks. All liquid diet. Could not chew. I was in the hospital on my 18th birthday. I was in the hospital because I had the surgery done the day before my 18th birthday. January 6th. My surgery date.
You.
That it was that January 6th too.
Ooh, look at you.
I was in surgery during that, and then that night was when the Bullet Club reformed in AEW.
Just a crazy night.
Yeah, it was an insane day. I watched Kenny Omega and Rey Fenix in the hospital bed the next day. And I fell asleep in the middle of the match. Looking for that doctor bomb. We're having a great match right now. Oh yeah, some people like a lot of people always forget that the Ring of Honor has the 20 count.
Yeah, that is so unusual that it does take a little bit of getting used to.
Yep. I think if you're gonna have a 20 count, you need to do a quick count like New Japan does, where they go 1, 2, 3 instead of 1,
Yeah.
2. Like, come on. Ooh. The double knees in the corner. Those were nasty. Oh. There it is. Oh, kick out by Willow. Is Athena going to have to use the O face? She has not had to pull it out since beating Mercedes Martinez at Final Battle on December 10th. And you know what, Ryan?
What?
I was there for that match.
Of course you were there for that match.
Athena going for the O face. Oh, pounced by Willow. The Sleeping Angels saying a match of the year candidate for the ladies. Definitely one of the women's matches of the year so far. And they're having great years. Like Mercedes and Kyrie, AZM and Starlight.
Oh yeah, they're having good ones.
Yeah, I mean Sakura and Jamie Hayter had that really good one. Emmy and Riho had a good one.
Well, Emmy rules.
She's fantastic. Put Emmy against Athena.
Yeah.
She gonna win it on the Doctor Bomb? Oh. Kick out at 2.9999. And no, it does not round up to be a 3. We might be getting a new women's champion tonight. Come on, Willow. Athena's like, I'm done. I'm done with this match. I'll take my count out. I'm going to the back.
I don't get why more champs do that.
I know. Oh. Gow. Cheebers. Oh, head went right into the steps. Yeah, I'll be watching this later. Oh, face. 1, 2, 3. Athena defeats Willow Nightingale to retain the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship in a fantastic match. I think that's my match of the night, Ryan.
That's my match of the night.
Fantastic match.
They went all out. Jesus Christ.
They got like 17, 18 minutes. They got a while to go. They gave them time. And now it's a question of where they going with Athena. Because they set up that Yuka Sakazaki field on Dark Elevation. Oh, no. No, don't. No. No, don't do it, Athena. Although I would like you to punch Mike Posey.
I do appreciate that Willow escaped.
She's not a
Well,
dumb
for a minute.
face. Yep. Oh, she went into that corner hard. The running knees into the steel steps onto Willow Nightingale. As the Ring of Honor Women's Champion walks out on top. Next week, Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta defending against Clark Connors next week. And that is the end of episode 2 of Ring of Honor. Tony Khan's Ring of Honor. Ryan, how'd you feel about the show?
Another great episode. They're killing it.
Yeah.
Just 2 for 2. This is what people wanted. I'm very happy with what ROH is doing.
I agree. I thought this episode was continued the momentum from last week. I thought last week they brought out like all the big guys. Like you brought out Zack Sabre Jr. and Mark Briscoe and Claudio Castagnoli wrestling. This week you got some really good, some good build-up title matches. I thought all 3 title matches were pretty good on this show. And the middle of the show was meant to set people up. Like you're setting up Aussie Open, Ari Daivari and Slim J, Metalik. They have Blake Christian out there helping Metalik. Very solid show all around. I thought the ladies had the two best matches of the night, in my opinion. Trish Adora and Billy Starks, and Willow Nightingale versus Athena.
Question or
No, I don't know. I thought you were gonna like maybe say something, so I was like, I gave you time.
no? You were going, and I was letting you go. You had it all flowing.
Yeah, great episode. And we will be back next week. Ryan, thank you so much for joining me this week. I had a fantastic time. Let the people know where can they find you and all the wonderful things that you do.
Well, I guess the point of this is to see where you see me around, and that would be at the Mark Order Podcast every Wednesday after AEW Dynamite, at Mark Order Pod on Twitter. Come, don't be a jerk to me, and we can have fun.
Yeah. Mark Order Podcast is fantastic, guys. Go over there. Please go subscribe, go follow them on Twitter. You can see me making fun of Ryan a little bit on Twitter and making some jokes. Happy belated birthday, Ryan. Had your birthday on Sunday.
I'm 20.
Yes. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. This Friday, we will be back with another episode of Around the Point. That's tomorrow. Earlier today, we did something about Dynamite, talking about QT Marshall booking that main event ending with Hobbs. So go watch the replay over there. We got Booker of the Year, QT Marshall, where we're talking about praising QT's booking. We will see you guys. I will see you guys. I don't know who I'll have on next week, but I'll keep you all informed. Just check out my Twitter at Kaden, KADEN_FTW. Y'all know where to find me. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, we're out.